Project Moon and TF2 enjoyers, listen up, for I have an idea you will love. Imagine that TF2 mercenaries find themselves in the world of Project Moon, where their goal is to be a powerful fixer and not just survive, but to thrive. I have to note that this video will contain Project Moon spoilers unless you don't care. So let us begin, but first, I explain the rules. Let's start first with the rules that the TF2 mercenaries have to follow. The Team Fortress 2 mercenaries will be given lots of knowledge that helps them understand the universe, offices, syndicates, and etc. They can understand Korean and speak English, and the characters in the verse will understand their English. I will be giving the TF2 Class plot armor as it's needed for their survival. Otherwise, I'll say that a sweeper or rat will finish them as that's too boring. The Team Fortress 2 mercenaries have access to all their weapons, but they are not allowed to use weapons that violate the head's taboo and follow the head's taboo, like they can't use explosives or wall-piercing bullets. But overall, almost all their weapons are allowed. I will be splitting the segment into all the classes. I will basically be speaking how in my opinion their lives will go if they end up in this verse, what office, syndicate, or association they would join, and etc. Oh, and another thing, since this is Project Moon, I will be modifying their weapons and give the TF2 mercenaries augmentations so that they can be more powerful thanks to augmentations. Oh, and it takes place after the events of Library of Ruina. So let's begin with the first class, shall we? Let's begin with the first class, Scout. And if he ends up in the Project Moon burst, he would legit be screaming and most likely end up in the back streets and distort. But since I want to give him an opportunity, I can imagine that he would end up working as a fixer or courier at the Devat Association. He would be given tasks to deliver stuff at a fast pace. The Devat Association, as you may know, is an association that focuses on delivering goods, and they modify their workers to be able to move fast while carrying lots of load in them, and they need to deliver high-valued goods. So they need someone that can deliver them fast and safely. So Scout would be a good option for this Debat Association. Here comes the fun part where I give him augmentations. The augmentations I would give him is speed augmentations. Scout already moves at 133% movement speed. Now imagine him with 200 to 300% movement speed, being able to move at a speed of light, similar to fixers in Project Moon like Roland. So conclusion, Scout is Devat Association, and he's most likely to be a grade 3 to 4 fixer thanks to the plot armor I gave him. So let's move to the next class. Next up we got the Soldier, and in the Project Moon verse, his rocket launcher is a violation to the head's taboo, so he will be using the rocket jumper instead. Someone told me that the Soldier can join the thumb, but most likely he will get his tongue taken just by disrespecting the boss and going So the best fit for Soldier is R-Corp as a Rhino, so let me explain. R-Corp is a corporation that is known for cloning and having lots of mercenaries, and they also have 3 unit types to match the RRR. Rhinos are the tanky soldiers of R-Corp that use heavy weapons and unleash heavy attacks. Reindeers are the laser blasting and mind whipping soldiers of R-Corp. And rabbits are the soldiers that use firearms. And there's Nikolai, which serves as the leader. Since Soldier likes teleporting bread, how cool would it be if they cloned Soldier several times? An R-Corp scientist says, I have done nothing but clones the Soldier for 3 days, creating a bunch of R-Corp Rhino soldiers. Now as for augmentations, the Soldier likes to rocket jump, but can't use the rocket launcher due to taboo violations, so he will resort to Market Garden. Imagine an attack where he rocket jumpers up in the sky and readies his Rhino weapon and unleashes a devastating shockwave that not only crits, but devastates the area. So yeah, Soldier is an R-Corp soldier, next TF2 class. Up next is the Pyro, and I obviously know what best fits the Pyro, and that is Leo Association, and here's why. First of all, Leo Association is an association in the city that focuses on fire-based attacks and is specialized in direct combat and all-out warfare. They are an association sent to deal with the hardest threats in the city or area, and in Ruina, their main director is Xiao during the events of Ruina. I can imagine Pyro being a Leo Association fixer under the rule of Xiao, where he is the only Leo Association fixer that will wield a flamethrower whilst carrying a modified axe that unleashes a flaming fire. As for fixer modifications, we can modify the Pyro so that he can see colorful sunshines and rainbows in the city. He sees the Leo Association members as like his happy family, as he unleashes a raging storm love onto every abnormality, threat, and enemy in the city. So overall, Pyro is gonna be a grade 2 fixer in my opinion. So next TF2 class. Okay, I wanna start off the defense class segment with heavy weapons guy. And I know what fits him best, and that is the middle. And he will join the middle. The middle values each other like family. If you are in the middle, you treat everyone as a family member. The middle has two forces, little brother or sister, which are the main force, and big brother or sister, which are the toughest ones in the force. The middle is known for being the nicest finger among the 5 fingers to join, where they treat each other like family, unlike the thumb who punishes you with a tongue removal, or the index that follows ChatGPT. Heavy, in my opinion, is perfect to join the middle. He would hear a story about how a masked guy with black gloves wiped out a lot of middle members because he was crashing out about his wife. As for the augmentations to give heavy weapons guy, he would be the first middle member that would use firearms, mainly his minigun. He did say he spends $400,000 to fire the minigun for 12 seconds, so getting minigun ammo wouldn't be an issue. I can also imagine that he would steal bullets from fallen thumb members so that he can put it in his minigun. He would have middle tattoo augmentations on him to make him more powerful, as his fists land tougher blows because of it, and he writes anyone who attacks his family on the Book of Vengeance. Write them down. And his sandwich will be modified to heal him much better thanks to augments. They made Heavy a special sandwich. So my conclusion for Heavy is he will be a middle big brother next TF2 class. Up next is Demoman, but sadly his grenade launcher and sticky bomb is prohibited by the head's taboo, otherwise Sir Claw is gonna come after him. So he will be demoniting, and the organization he shall be joining is Y Association. So let me first I explain whose Y Association is. It's basically a fixer association that focuses on being defenders and being police like knights, and they even dress like knights and wear blue uniforms. I can imagine that Demoman can get into Y Association, where he's a knight fixer who defends the weak from the dangers and harm, similar to Streetlight Office. Okay, for augmentations to give to the Demoman, basically I will give him a bunch of defensive skills that help him be defensive whilst being in the offense. Along with that, upgrade his charge ability to be able to bash through anything and do lots of damage to enemies. So overall, Demoman is gonna be a grade 5 fixer if he ends up in the Project Moon verse. 5 classes down, 4 more to go. Next up we got the engineer, but in my opinion, he would not be a fixer, but rather he would work at a wing, and the corporation I shall be giving him to work at is W Corp. Let me explain. First of all, W Corp is a corporation that revolves around teleportation from point A to point B, and they get their time abilities from another corporation, which is T Corp. They are also known for their warp trains, which allows you to get anywhere in 10 seconds, but at the cost you skip 2000 years, and there's a chance you might turn into a gooey monster, but we do not talk about that. I can imagine that Engineer would not just work at W Corp, he would revolutionize W Corp. As you may know, his sentry gun rockets are a violation of the head's taboo, but his teleporter dispenser and regular level 2 sentry ain't, and I know Engineer has teleporters. How amazing would it be if he revolutionized the teleportation so that it can get you anywhere instead, with a 3 to 5 second delay similar to the teleporters in the game. As for fixer augmentations to give Engineer, I don't have much to say. He would be too busy working at W Corp and revolutionizing them to be much more better, to the point that he might as well make him the W Corp CEO. So my conclusion, Engineer is the CEO of W Corp next TF2 class. Up next is the Sniper. In the Project Moon verse, firearms are expensive as hell, and they can cost you an arm and leg according to Full Stop Office fixer Stefan. Even with those taxes, they are still usable, so Sniper is gonna be working at Full Stop Office, where he serves as a sniper similar to Tamaki from Ruina. Full Stop Office, as you may know, is a rare office, being the only office I know that uses firearms aside R-Corp and the Thumb, based on my experience in Ruina. Along with that, Full Stop Office is my favorite office in all of Project Moon, because they're the only ones you can use firearms on, and you can literally cheese some bosses, along with Urban Plague with some bit of Urban Nightmare reception. So it best fits that Sniper would best work at Full Stop Office as a fixer. I can imagine he would absolutely hate Argalia. Imagine Sniper tries to snipe Argalia, but every bullet he fires at him doesn't work, so he resorts to having to attack him with Jarate and Bushwaka. As for augmentations to give Sniper, his main ability is to be a sniper, so he could get some augmentations that allow him to carry a heavy sniper and some armor. Overall, Sniper would probably be the weakest among all the TF2 classes, as firearms are too expensive and have been nerfed by the head's laws, so as they don't want you going postal. So most likely he's gonna be a grade 6 fixer, so let's move to the next TF2 class. Up next is the Medic, and same with Engineer, he's gonna work at a corporation, so he will end up at K Corp, and here's some explanation why. First of all, K-Corp is a corporation that is known for its singularity-based medical technology. Like, they provide good healing, and being a worker in K-Corp is basically unforgiving, and along with that, they have infinite food supply. They care about their employees, but they make you work 70 hours a week. I can imagine medic in K-Corp would basically be a normal medic who would do a bunch of experiments under K-Corp, and perhaps he might do something cool there, like eat fried chicken and make infinite fried chicken, I don't know. As for augmentations, I don't know what augmentations to give medic, so let's just assume that medic is gonna be working at K-Corp. So overall, medic is gonna be working at K-Corp. Let's move to the last TF2 class. Okay, last on this list would be the spy, and he would no doubt be the most powerful fixer among all the TF2 classes if he ends up in the Project Moon verse. Let me explain. First of all, spy has infinite cloak. But imagine we buff his cloaking ability where he can attack you whilst being invisible. Like, he can backstab you and blast you down whilst being invisible. Along with that, let's replace his tiny revolver with the powerful Atelier Logic revolvers that the Black Silence uses, which will hit you really hard from a distance. And his backstabs would legit obliterate you hard. He will be so powerful in the Project Moon verse that his backstab are some of the most devastating that it not only destroys your body, but also damages your soul. And let's give him a fixer modification where he moves way more faster, as fast as Scout or even more. So basically, he is gonna be a grade 1 fixer in the Project Moon verse. But in my opinion, he would have his own office under the sponsorship of the She Association, which is an organization specialized in assassination. And he would hire a bunch of fixers to his office to create a much more powerful fixer office with the name Le French Office. But I don't think he would be a color fixer as he has to go through a lot more to reach it. So he's gonna be a grade 1 fixer. In conclusion, Spy is gonna be the most powerful fixer among all the TF2 classes, which is ironic because he sucks in TF2. But in Project Moon, he would thrive. So let's end this video now. Okay, here's the conclusions. I hope you enjoyed every second of this video. But now I say my final words. Sorry if I haven't posted a video in a while. I was taking a long break, otherwise I might crash out, so I'm back with a banger video that is not Umamusume. I wanna live a good life, you know. Basically, I wanna push this channel further and experience many things in life and forgive myself and win basically. I'm also saving my funds to get more storage and a better GPU as I discovered how to increase the quality of my videos, but it's taxing on storage and performance. I don't often ask this, but can you kindly like and subscribe? It would help me out, and check out my links as well if you want. So yeah, that's what I gotta say. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.